good. Love it.
Above me, people, they said it's been pressing forward.
Do that.
Above me, people, we've been trying to how they put on.
Some of the kids,
But how big is it?
He's a big old dude. He's a little one. He needs to be playing football these days.
Subway's 150, he makes 250. He would power on the 250. Spartan on the 400. At 155. He finished number 7, stayed in place in first six, he finished number 7. He had weight class. I brought my own kid.
You know, all we can do is like that for now.
I got chatting about that last night. Probably I want to mention her name. I got my own drink and my own kid. No, what about you? But it was a her.
ain't no more hurry about it.
I just have to go by the store and see them hanging there, so yeah. But Rosie done got half of mine already.
Yeah, that's all the part of that. I know you'd rather me get some of those and we talk to you.
Sure.
I know you'd rather get some of those and we talk to you, keep like Bruce Lee, like.
Oh, yeah. How cold they have today?
Good Friday.
How cold they have today?
That's that That's the rules.
Can't you just do that? Can't you just?
We just never had to worry about it. They go to,
You just can't. You just can't.
it is 4 o'clock, this is the call meeting. Going to discuss road department, our road superintendent. Any other ways about?
One thing that, I was talking with Jerry yesterday, and he was talking about, where they had dug the roads out on the side, about knocking it down where the lawnmowers don't hit it and tear it up. And, another thing, I went the road with you, Earl, and a lot of that happened, and it's not you, but I mean, we tell it in a meeting that way, everybody knows and told, is where the shoulders hadn't been knocked off by that water backed up there on it, and it made it soft under. And, if we got 4 graders, and that way everybody be together on it, we know it's going to take a grader and a man, and a dump truck and a man, and a backhoe man to be able to get it up. But most of the roads, when you and I went on down Brantley Road, you seen the holes, and what it is, the water gets our side of it or puddles on the road, and then it gets soft underneath it, and then those trucks. There's no way possible that we can hold Joey. I've called 2 or 3 people today, this morning, and hold him responsible for whatsoever to fix the road or help fix it or anything else. I mean, if he turned around and, wanted to come in a little lower on bids than somebody else or whatever, and then I might as well go ahead and say that now. This TIA, Steve, you was talking about paving it, and I got the information here that, it's on the list, and I know we can't wait, but I think we probably, I got a meeting tomorrow night with the Heart of Georgia, and we don't have a executive meeting with the TIA board that I'm on before the meeting. Usually we do, but if we probably going, if we was to go in there, I can't remember if Cochran done it or Lawrence County done it, but they went ahead and had the road in the thing on tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3, one of the places. I believe it was Cochran, because they made that little roundabout. Somebody gonna build a mini mall outside of Cochran, and they went ahead and paved it, so they lost it. And so we may have to go and get somebody to come in there and tear that out, those spots. Some of them are long, and just detach it and patch it, because I believe, if I remember right, and I didn't have it here, and but I called Manning and I didn't get him today, and was gonna have him to fax me one to the house. I believe that's right at 2.5 miles, 2 1/4.
2.3.
2.3.
2.3, yeah.
Yeah, right, 2 1/4, 2 1/2.
Yeah.
And I believe that, the DOT has said that road, and I may be off, but I think it, where usually it runs about 100 to 125,000. In fact, I mean, to resurface the road, I think that was 380-something thousand. And, but I don't, think that we want to lose it on this TIA to go in there and, we've got to fix it.
Yeah, it's got to be deep.
And the other thing that I had in mind after Earl and I rode it yesterday, that we put up some 25-mile-an-hour signs, and then signs that says, you know, road tore up, road.
If we got them,
Yeah, yeah, we got them on that. We got, well, we got loose gravel, you know, on them. Because 2 of them, you know, if you don't put any posts, they stole 2 of them overnight. We had to go back and put them.
I think they just stole the one over on that John Gertman road, where you had
Yeah.
water over the road.
Yeah.
I was by there, that's my phone there, and I was by there the other day, and I said,
Well, you know, when we patched that, you was talking about on that, W.C. Smith Road.
WX man.
Yeah, when we poured concrete on that, we went back the next morning and knew we gone too.
Well, anyway, that we're gonna have to take, I mean, you think that we need to take and put some speed limit signs to slow people down?
We can, but.
that would be good on our part.
Yeah.
Because somebody's gonna go to there.
Well, I mean, somebody goes there at 50, 60, 65 miles an hour, they ready. If we got the speed limit sign, then we got something to go back to and say, you know, we told you that it was loose gravel, we told you to slow down 25 or whatever. And, so I think we would.
You want to put them on both, Brantley
Yeah.
and Bridgeport.
Bridgeport Church Road.
And we'd have to put them in the ground because they won't stay there.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be, the best way, is to turn around and put the little corrugated post and drive it and then screw it to it, because they can't hop out and grab it and go.
Right.
They got to unbolt it or tear it down, run over it, and they will run over it, break it off, and then steal the post and other. I mean, but, that would be the best way to do it. But, and why I wanted you here, where if we turn around and if the board wanted to, my area, we're gonna get a lot of feedback when you go there in front of somebody's house and you cut the shoulder of the road. But I mean, I think us as commissioners, that we need to get the water off the road. And there's some places, or I'm not exaggerating,
Yeah.
that it's a foot.
Yeah.
And,
Atkin County just started cutting theirs.
yeah.
Theirs was like that.
Bacon County and Atkin County has on 144 and on around towards Searcy. I was over that way one day last week and seen it. And if we go ahead and do it now, and the grass coming, it'll come back. I mean, I don't think we'll do it when winter's coming, it's gonna freeze and kill and everything, but, I didn't wanna be the only one. I want, you know, cards on the table, and every one of us agree to it, and then we tell Earl. But, couldn't we take one motor grader driver and
Start clipping.
start
Start
clipping?
clipping it, yeah, roll it out and then take it back up.
Yeah.
And we'll need a dump, of course, you know, all our dump trucks back there on that road.
I thought that was about done. I mean, how much longer we gonna be out there?
Well, see, they just hired, what's the name, Steve, that, Copeland
Yeah.
Development Authority.
They've hired 2 trucks.
They've hired 2 trucks, yeah. And,
That's picked it up.
but see, with the county,
We say a couple of weeks, I think.
Well, the rain stopped, they haven't been running every day since that rain. I tell about that, I mean, I agree with you. I think if we had, now we're on 10-hour days, and if we had 4 10-hour days, 2 weeks in a row, then I believe we would be just about through with it, or through with it.
If we had the weather.
If we had
Yeah.
the weather, and also,
When you start clipping though, Mr. Earl, make sure you put some dirt on them shoulders,
Right.
268.
Yeah.
But Johnny Falk called the other day and said he tore a semi-tire when he run
yeah,
off one of them.
I seen one right there going in the city limits, right there where somebody been running off in. Yeah, it's dangerous.
It is, it's very dangerous.
if you drop off, it'll take the car away from it.
Yeah.
And, so, but, if we could take it, well, if nothing else too, they got somebody hired, and if we run 2 trucks, out there, and have y'all started back hauling, or y'all hauling to the,
They hauling today.
today? Okay. And, I didn't know with this rain had just come in.
Yeah, I guess they called me last night, Eddie went out there this morning, got that, wet part off, and they hauling today. So we got 5 trucks hauling today, 3 of ours and 2 of theirs.
Another thing that we had talked, and like when Monday, when it was raining, and I'm sure that some of them there worked and done some things and all, but it was before, and you knew, but we had told Tom, and as far as I know, we've never met with you since this board hadn't, and Ray used to, go by in the morning and talk with you and everything. But what we have done in the past, if it's a rainy day and they come in, we send them home what we got to have.
Right.
And like the motor grader drivers or the dump truck drivers, we don't haul it, and then that way they can work Friday.
Right.
And then yesterday when you and I was talking, you said that you had Mr. Buck coming in on Friday and one other person, or
Yeah, he's on one.
okay, he's the only one. And before we had one motor grader driver just in case something that he could be motor grading or whatever. And plus that we took and had a person, I think we had.
Well, we had to call, I had one on call, if we needed
If
to.
you need a little dirt, put something in or replace, yeah,
Yeah.
they would have one, and, so that may be something that, all right, now, like next week, y'all working 4 10s, and we'll be off Friday, y'all be off Friday,
Right.
and, I see down here it says approve the closing on Friday, I think it might have been approve or disapprove, tonight, but it said that if we off that Friday, and we'll have Easter weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and no trash people, none of the trash people comes in on Fridays.
They had been, unless somebody calls me, one of y'all call me, and tell me, the Easter weekend, there'll probably be a good bit of trash. Yeah, we've been, of course, we rode trash all week,
Yeah.
We've been pretty well keeping it, all that.
What about, Mr. Earl, on the days like yesterday when you didn't need to be pulling their road? Couldn't you take some of the help and let them put like 2 or 3 in a truck too, and let them go around and start cleaning out some of these pipes?
Well, that's what I do, yeah,
That's what I do.
yeah. Just like Monday, see, I asked, when it was raining, I asked all the motor grader drivers, Wes Kenny wanted to be off, because he had to go to the doctor Tuesday, so he wanted to be off Monday. And then Jack, I put him doing exactly what you were talking about, checking the pipe, where the water's backing at, and really we didn't have, we had 2 graders there, in case we needed them.
Okay, but just when you took and, you left 2 graders there at the shop,
We had two operators.
2 operators, 4 graders, they never went out, or?
In case we get called out. Yes, they went out. Cause I keep, like where water standing in the road, not only the highway, but if it's on the dirt road, Cause a lot of them, they'll roll that dirt up and when it rains, it traps, you know. And I sent them out to, well, like you talking about here down where that lady lives.
Well, I've been here 6 years, and I told them, and I told you the other day in the truck, and I told Tom, and I told Mr. Buck before Tom got here, that their idea is to grade the road and leave about a 10 or 12 inch hump. And then the water rains and it can't get off the road.
It can't get off the road.
It stays on the road. And if they would take and drop down, and I reckon between us and you are the ones that's going to have to prove to them that they gonna do it.
You gonna have to decide and do it, cause I've done told them I don't know how many times.
Well, if we need to have a hot dog cookout or whatever, or just go over there.
Now, this new grader driver that I hired, you know, one that works for all day,
Yeah.
now, he's pretty good, I mean, he's
I
he
told
done,
him.
he done a good job, keeping out water, where that water runs to the ditch, you know?
Well, now it's wet enough, we've been bad about skimming. And then after it rains a little bit, or 2 days after you grade it, and then them holes, your tires picking up because it was loose and wouldn't pack,
Yeah.
and then it's back bouncing. Now, Jack Yon, that's on my side, he just cut it deep.
Yeah.
I mean, he takes about 4 inches, and that's another thing that I told Kenny and them, cut it deep, and if you can't level it back out, go back over the second time.
Yeah. Well, most times, if it's wet, you know,
Yeah.
you cut it, you're gonna have to go back over that.
I agree with you, and I saw them doing it on a couple of roads, but I mean, main thing they need to understand, and, you know, if you want, I reckon what I'm asking you here, is you want to talk to them and tell them, or you've already told them, and you need the commissioners to come over and tell them?
Well,
You tell us what, or me, y'all
I
do.
don't mind.
I'll talk to them one more time, and if it don't work out, then you know, like y'all can talk to them.
Just tell them we said.
Right.
Not
Mr. Earl,
one commissioner ever said.
Mr. Earl, I've had some calls too about leaving right in front of the driveway, leaving too big a hump.
Mhm.
Tell them to make sure that if ain't any way they can.
I had a lot of calls on that.
Yeah. Right.
We go in the driveway.
Well, and me and you, I've carried it, and you've agreed with me, and you've told them, but they come out to the end of the highway.
Yeah.
They stop before they get there, and they hose where you come off the highway, they don't turn it. Even if they pushed out there and put dirt on the highway, they can lower that blade back down until it
Right.
touches the road and pull it back in.
Yeah, and get parallel with the highway.
And get parallel with it,
Right.
don't turn around and,
That's the way Acton County does theirs.
told you, down there where they cut them shoulders, and then you said they could do it too. And, I mean, they doing a real good job. And, rather than one come tell you, and then another come tell you, yesterday Jerry and I were talking and just said, that, well, best thing to do, we're gonna have this meeting and put you on there first. And then you go ahead and talk to them, and, I don't know about the rest of them, but I feel like if you done told them 2 or 3 times, you tell them one more. The first time that they don't do it,
Right.
then you send them, I send them home. Yeah. But maybe, you know, I'm just, you know.
Well, I mean, it's always good to have a paper trail, though. I mean, even if you do send them home, it still need to be a ride.
Oh, yeah, you write them up, and you make the decision what you want to do there, but, they need to start listening to you.
Right.
Bottom line is, we just gotta do it right. I mean, if it takes a little bit longer to do it right, I mean,
Right. Well,
it
they
just lasts longer.
like I told them, you get paid by the hour.
That's right.
That's about all that I, you know.
That's all I got to.
You just don't have to tie them up, they've been babysitted, you know.
That's right, they have, they do.
I mean, when you got a man that tells them to go and do something, he don't ever rely on them, he don't ever check them out. They do that, they do that.
Blame it on us.
But I'd have to say one thing, since you've been here, our road department's come a long way,
Well, I try to do my job.
and we appreciate it very much. I know the rain's got us behind, but one day the sun gonna shine, we're gonna
Yeah.
catch up.
Yeah, we can get through that road out there, that'd take a lot of
supply off.
We get caught up, we might go fishing.
That's all I got. Anybody else? Bruce, you got anything? All right, well, we appreciate it.
Okay, thank y'all. Hey, Ron.
How are you?
All right.
I just thought that'd be the best way to, one over, run over and tell us something, the other one over and tell us something. And we all tell it, should be on the same page.
Next is approved transfer of beer and wine as license with. I thought when you did this, we got a little mix up, or I did. And I thought I made it right, but we're here to make it right tonight. We need, everything's said, everything's legal. We need a motion to transfer this beer and wine license. That's until it won't stop.
I make a motion.
Second, all vote. Next is to approve to transfer $13,500 from contingency to sheriff's department's budget.
Motion.
That's for the best.
For it.
Or Bill,
Yes,
it's already, already.
We all voted on it. Need a motion? Jerry made a motion, need a second? All vote. Approved to close Good Friday. This is something comes up every year, and we've always approved to be closed on Good Friday, and I guess we need a motion.
Y'all, tell me what y'all been doing in the past, because I'm not.
We,
I've been looking at it. You want to know what I've been doing, the rest of it, been looking at it.
Hey, is it a paid holiday?
no, it ain't no paid holiday.
The
They-
employees use their personal time,
Personal time.
and they just close the point.
And most businesses close that day.
My mom don't close that day at work.
Well, I don't need it.
Y'all close, right?
Business,
No, sir.
a lot of business. The bank,
Mine, no.
they don't.
No,
I
they
thought I
don't.
seen them. They don't.
I don't think so.
I mean, just to be honest with you, when I run my business, we did, and that's a personal business, but somewhere down the line, we're gonna have to run this like it's a business. And been trying for a long time, and they traded a couple of days to where Christmas and Thanksgiving, because I went back and did the paperwork up and talked, or had somebody to, and this is one of those that it comes up every year. I've said since I've been here, and said it again, put the minutes or whatever, we need to put a calendar out in January, we need to close the date we put on the calendar. We don't have to, what gives us the power and the authority to tell the elected officials, they're their own officials. They can close their office if they want to, and we can do nothing. So why should we turn around and they asked us, can they do this? And then the burden come back on us, and I'm taking taxpayers' money and telling them that they can close. That's just me.
Well, I need a motion, whatever y'all want
So you're saying you want to make a motion that is up to the,
to do. It's up to the commissioners, say what they take off and what they don't. Which your elected official, like Wayne said, can do it anyhow. All they do is
well, that's
our
what I'm
blessing.
saying. Say the elected officials, if they want to close their offices, up to them.
That's still not what he's asking. He's asking if you want to make a motion to approve to close Good Friday.
The courthouse closed for Good Friday.
You know, courthouse.
Well, I mean, you gotta say the courthouse, because don't you say all the employees, then I don't want the sheriff's department, the ambulance department, 911 them closed.
I have no problem with closing. I'll make it, yes, I'll make the motion that we let them close on Good Friday. And then we need to, is there anything that we can, Carla, where we can state that these are the days they're gonna have on, that we make it, that we put it in the calendar,
You
or
have a calendar, y'all let it know.
on that calendar in January? I don't think it's on this
Apparently
calendar.
not if it's coming before.
But I've asked that, that's 6 years.
But can it be, if we do, for let's just say next year, can it be added to?
If that's what the board chooses to do. you can amend
I made a motion.
We got a second?
I don't know nothing be closed on Good Friday.
It's mostly, well, Good Friday is just people celebrating the resurrection of Jesus Christ, that's what they call it.
We do that on Sunday.
Well, we do that on Sunday too, but the older generation like that Good Friday for some reason, I don't know why.
Because it's always been good to them. I'd like anything to give me. I wouldn't want you to take it back. You gonna play Good Friday?
Those on much of nothing, I have to work with him.
But the employee might want to hold.
And I might take off that damn thing in my garden if it quit raining for a week. But I mean, what I'm saying is, I've never, the 4 years I was up here before, they did it. And I ain't never had nobody complain about coming to the courthouse and it be closed on Good Friday. I mean, people just don't. That's just like Christmas Eve and the day after Christmas. They don't knock the door down trying to get in. They
Sure.
celebrate with the family.
Do they use personal or vacation?
I'm sorry.
Personal time, so we don't pay.
They didn't do.
They
They're
get,
using their time.
they're using their,
We changed sick leave to personal, that way you don't have to lie.
so personal.
You can call it a personal day or sick leave day if you're going out 30 hours sick.
Still get paid.
You still get paid. They're not taking off that pay.
Like I said before, I see no problem. I have no problem.
Motion, yes, sir.
I say, all the. First time I voted against them.
So I'm basically on
Now
that.
you got a call for it.
Yeah, call for it.
Call for it.
Opposed? Next, going into executive session, discuss personnel, litigation, and real estate.
Here, before we go to that, what, we gonna discuss this, or
That ain't over
That
yet.
was on the last.
do we come with a decision, because, you know, they have talked to them about fixing a car?
That was last meeting.
You gotta talk to Miss Sherry when you want her or.
Now we're going to executive session, discuss personnel, litigation.
Make a motion, going.
Second. Yep. All vote.
Different personnel.
We didn't have other comments on here. So, you don't have them on record meeting?
So we discussed several issues, no decisions to be made, so I guess this meeting is adjourned. Y'all get ready, let's go to church.
Yeah, that way.
We're gonna have to do the party. Since I've been here, it is.
What's that?
How much money
decide.
They don't know. And it's short.
See y'all next
And,
week. I'm glad y'all got to see me again.
These are the roads.
You did a good job protecting me tonight.
That's
All these people in here.
Certain times, we've been told we have to go outside the house.
Because of what we discussed here.
Alright, okay, that's what I wanted you to say. That's what I wanted you to say.
Or they working out there, they can't work with.
I'm one person and they can't work while I'm sitting there.
I don't make it work.
Have you
Who
looked at?
made that rule?
Yeah, I looked at
It
it.
was
But we
just, I guess it's always been like that. It's
No,
always-
that has not been the rule. In the past 3 to 4 months, we've been running out in that hallway. But I'm gonna tell you something, I'm gonna go to the state with this. See, I'm gonna check into it too. Those 2 county employees sitting right there doing their job does not have the right, if I don't have the right to sit right in that public office, and I was gonna sit in that chair that's furthest away from the door. Those 2 county employees has no right, because it's executive session. That's a public office right there. Am I wrong or right?
That's public office.
As a public office, I should be able to sit in it in
Well, just let
executive
us check
session.
on that, 'cause I don't
Or
know that.
if I've got to go out in the hallway, I want those county employees to have to go out in the hallway and stay on me.
Because I ain't never been different. I mean,
Well,
it's been like that since I've been in here.
Well, that's what I'm saying, it changed at the end of the year, but up until then, I've been coming to county meetings for years, and I've never had to stand out in that hallway until recently.
Because you were asked to, Ms. Watt, and you refused to, the chairman of the board. So
The what
that's
now?
when You were asked to initially by the former chairman of the board and this other board, the first board last year, and you refused to.
Yes, I did, because if I've got to go out in the hallway, so does these county employees. If I can hear, they can hear, okay?
Let me find out for you.
You do that. I'll be waiting on you to contact me back.
I will, I promise.
Thank you, I know you will.